Alright, so I was scrolling on YouTube trying to find a video to react to for you guys, and this just showed up. I just saw the thumbnail saying, how long would SpongeBob's prison sentence be? And I'm like, I love SpongeBob. There's no way he would ever go to prison. He's just the most loving guy. He loves literally everyone in Bikini Bottom. I mean, sure, there's some things he's done with driving, causing explosions and many mishaps, but I'm curious to see what how long his sentence will be. How long will we have to miss out on episodes for? So I'll definitely link the original video, so please make sure to go give some support for the original video. So let's just get straight to it. I'm interested to see what SpongeBob's all done. It's been so long.
What would happen if SpongeBob actually got in trouble for all the crazy stuff he does? Well, instead of doing something
not really, but now that you said yes,
I've dedicated my entire week to uncovering his shockingly dastardly deeds, and our favorite fry cook has a lot to answer for. Everything from minor mischief to offenses so extreme they make even Plankton look like a saint. First off, let's talk about how SpongeBob proved peeking in your neighbor's home.
I do not remember that episode. What
especially
the
when
heck
that neighbor
is this?
happens to be Squidward. In the episode Whirly Brains, SpongeBob gets the not-so-bright idea to turn his brain into a drone.
It's so simple. Just flip your
I
lid,
honestly haven't seen this one, so I don't remember this episode.
As you control the action.
That is crazy. Hey,
While
yo.
some people might dislodge their brains and pilot it around for other more useful purposes,
Hey, Patrick, I know who we can spy on.
SpongeBob uses it for spying on his neighbor
That's just
Squidward while he's taking a
invasion
bath
and
in his
privacy
home.
messed up.
The sanctity of my bathroom. The only place in the world where I can
As you
all
thought.
hang out.
And of course, accompanied by his
That's
best
an
pal,
adult
Patrick.
joke right there.
Now, this is some serious...
Hold on, you're gonna hear that one again.
Bathroom. The only place in the world where
Dong
I can
and all.
let it all hang out.
What the heck? I didn't even see that.
The
What is
only
that?
place in the world where I can let it all hang
Is that the
out.
true size of his schnoz?
And of
got
course,
a big
accompanied by his
nose.
best pal, Patrick. Now, this is some serious
that-
invasion of privacy, and you don't need me telling
the
you
heck?
that. Knowing Squidward, we know that he didn't like that at all. This kind of behavior simply won't fly in a civilized society, and SpongeBob's spying could cost him up to $1,000
Intrusion
in
of privacy,
fines
yeah.
and the confiscation of his brain drone, which would suck for
$1,000 all at
SpongeBob.
once.
I don't know if taking away Patrick's brain would affect him all that much, though. Now, we
Nope.
all know that litter bugs aren't
Patrick
welcome in
has a
Bikini
brain, but it
Bottom,
doesn't
just
function,
because
so
littering
removing
is a
his
serious
brain won't
crime
do
in
shit.
town doesn't mean that our yellow sponge friend won't be committing them, obviously. I mean, we already know this guy doesn't care about the law, so while driving around with Patrick, he litters like it's the most natural thing in the world. A hot pursuit for
True.
littering? That's a first.
This is why I joined the force.
Someone that litters.
Well, you at least gotta hand it to SpongeBob for being a loyal friend. He tries to cover up for Patrick's expired license and even confesses his litterbug tendencies to the judge.
Wait! Patrick's innocent. I tore up Patrick's license and threw it out the window. I'm the litter bug. Take me instead.
Now, this will result
What
in a
a good
maximum
friend. We
sentence
all
of
need a friend like
$1,000
SpongeBob.
in fines. Looks like someone's about to trade in his Krabby Patties for some petty fines. This wouldn't really be a video on SpongeBob if we didn't talk
That is
about his
messed up, though.
extreme obsession with his friend.
Why is Sandy
Remember that
so
time
fat?
SpongeBob's pursuit of friendship took a criminal turn as he trespassed into Sandy's tree dome?
Oh, she was probably hibernating.
SpongeBob and Patrick
Maybe.
break into Sandy's house because they want to hang out with her, but it's winter and Sandy is in hibernation. Her house has literally got a keep out sign on the front door, but that don't stop SpongeBob, and they both break into her house. I don't think she could be any clearer.
During hibernation, animals don't like to be woken up, so do not disturb. That means you, SpongeBob.
The two still
She
get
even
inside
knew.
her house, and the dome is all covered in
too
snow.
smart.
SpongeBob, look at this.
At first, the two
How
very
old are
much
they?
enjoy playing in the snow, but after hours of it, they start feeling the cold. When there's nothing to warm
Idiots.
themselves up with, the normal thing to do would be to just
Go inside.
leave, maybe find a blanket,
Oh,
but can't expect
true.
these two to be normal, right?
Oh, they're
All
stupid.
that toasty fur.
It's like a gold mine, but with fur.
They end up cutting all the fur off Sandy and wear it to
Ow.
keep themselves warm, which is weird.
Let me see that roll of tape.
Ouch. That is messed up.
This unauthorized entry and fur shaving frenzy would
Trespassing
result in the
and
sentence of another
Shaving. There's
$1,000
no way
in
it's
fines, and also
Just
30.
trespassing doesn't make any sense. Literally taking away someone's, I don't know, it's a scroll. Can you say it's a personal possession? Clothes? I don't know, but that is messed up. Now she's gonna freeze with that tiny little blanket she's got there. She's gonna 1,000. Each thing's 1,000. Is that really only 1,000?
Days in jail this time.
And criminal property damages. Didn't they only just remove a hair? Is that property damage? I mean, the hair belongs to her, I guess, so it makes sense. But $1,000, I'm finding it a little sus that everything's $1,000.
Safe to say that they'll be learning a quite hard lesson about respecting private property.
But I don't know anything about American
You're feeling
laws
insecure
and
about your appearance.
what everything
SpongeBob
costs
really
if you
might not
violate
be the best
things,
person
so
to consult with.
I'm
Remember
just
that
gonna
time
take
you
it as
convinced
fact.
Patrick to get a nose?
If you're so concerned about not having a nose, why don't you just get a new one stitched onto your
peer
face?
pressure. Messed up.
Patrick goes ahead with the surgery and...
All right,
Uh-oh.
Patrick, let's unveil the new Chanel.
Jeez. Patrick seems to love his new nose until things took a turn for the worst and he starts smelling the bad odors too. His newfound sense of smell leads him on a rampage.
It's rotten garbage now. That's better.
That is the weakest RPG.
This air freshener should finish the job.
Damn,
Maybe
he's
goes a bit too far and
fumigating.
gets hell-bent on destroying all the bad smells of the world. It gets to the point where the gang has a meeting about what to do with Patrick's nose since he's going
Remove
about
it.
disrupting anything that smells bad to him. And SpongeBob comes up with this idea.
It's the new nose that has betrayed us. My Grandma SquarePants always says, punish the nose, not the man. Going to need something
Wait, what?
beyond foul. A stench that will blow the socks off his fungus-infested socks.
Because that's how every
That's crazy.
best friend treats his friend, right? And what does this giant ball of filth end up doing? It causes poor Patrick's nose
Oh.
to shrivel up and just disintegrate, making
That's
SpongeBob
good.
feel bad. But
I do
pretty late
remember
to the
that
party
show,
now, isn't it?
that episode. Oh, it just died.
It's
How
annoying
did it
and
even attach? If it
unusual
came
act.
off that easily, like there probably would have been stitches or something to attach it to his skin. Did they just plug it on with glue and then boom? That is private nuisance. Peer pressure.
Is a clear case of private nuisance. Noses count, right? Now, since
I
SpongeBob will
don't
be
know.
charged for damages imposed, we're looking at fines of $16,000
Shit's
for
sake.
Patrick's new rhinoplasty. Maybe that would help
Damn.
SpongeBob reflect on the true meaning of friendship and the importance of
Reckless
respecting
driving,
other
he doesn't even
people's
have his
noses.
license-
Did you know
like
SpongeBob
driving
has
license,
failed
like-
his driving test 1,258,056
Wait, what?
times? Not
Actually,
exactly
that many
someone
times.
you'd want to be driving with.
He actually failed that many times, bro. What?
I mean, it's not a secret
That's
that SpongeBob really
crazy.
isn't the greatest driver in Bikini Bottom, and you can see the proof here.
I don't know about you guys, but I passed on my first try. Let me know down in the comments how many tries did it take you guys to get your license, if you have your license, that is.
He tears through the boating school and
Oh.
runs amok, recklessly driving his boat around. No drinking required.
Driving test is over, SpongeBob. Stop the boat.
Mrs. Pop, I don't know how she hasn't had a heart attack yet.
Gotta pass the test, gotta pass.
He's not a fan of melons either, I guess.
Why does he not just
only
brake?
manages to crash his boat multiple times.
He's
in
one of those people that
creative
only keep
ways,
the
but he even
accelerator
ends up
in his
destroying a
mind.
senior's home after he crashes into a fruit punch truck.
Thank Neptune, I'm still.
And the cop cars also had fault
Let's open
here.
these windows so the world can see your nice white clothes.
SpongeBob's destructive joyride would land him in hot water.
The
with
cops there as well, they
authorities, and for
chased
his
down
reckless
that.
driving,
That's
he'll
also
be facing
partly
a
their
sentence
fault.
of $1,000 in fines and 1 year in Bikini Bottom's jail. I think
That's
it's time to revoke
crazy.
the
Only
Sponge's driving privileges for good.
$1,000. There's
SpongeBob's
no
misguided attempts
way.
to help Mrs. Puff take a dark turn in the episode Doing Time. After accidentally landing his driving instructor in jail, SpongeBob's concern morphs
Oof.
into an obsessive
I've
campaign
seen
of
that in jail.
stalking and harassment. Failing to get arrested alongside Mrs. Puff, SpongeBob and Patrick resort to some pretty intrusive methods.
Them
Come
two
on, Mrs.
rocks.
Puff.
It's you. What are you doing here? Why did you follow me in here? Why? SpongeBob, I am not going with you.
Ah, that's a good one, Mrs. Puff.
They relentlessly invade Mrs. Puff's personal
Everyone is so
space.
tiny it's like
Mrs. Puff, hop
compared to
on.
Guards, come quick.
Even her toilet? Really,
that is
dude?
messed up.
Hop in, Mrs. Puff.
Guards, come look.
Their antics escalate to impersonating prison guards, ultimately driving Mrs. Puff to a psychological breaking point.
Oh, and an entire sub is
What are you talking about, Puff? You can't fool me. You're SpongeBob and that guy who likes the chili.
Stalking is a serious yet pretty annoying offense, if you ask me. And SpongeBob's relentless
Stalking is
pursuit of
messed up.
Mrs. Puff, causing her significant
How much is
emotional distress,
stalking?
would result in a misdemeanor conviction with a sentence of 1 year in prison and $1,000 in fines.
Why is everything
At least he won't have to
$1,000?
sneak in
What the
this
heck?
time. Let's talk about the time when SpongeBob's career aspirations took a dangerous turn as he delved into the
Professional fraud.
world of medicine. Squidward mentions that he wants to get a
Squidward.
nose job.
I'm on the way to the hospital for a nose job. I'm finally gonna get the nose I should have been born with.
Really needs it too.
Oh, that's gross.
Well, maybe a little work wouldn't hurt.
SpongeBob decides to accompany him to the hospital, and after getting sick of SpongeBob trying to help him, Squidward suggests,
If you want to help so badly, why don't you just go volunteer to be a candy striper? There's plenty of other people in the hospital you could torture.
after changing into a candy striper suit, SpongeBob pulls
a
the
candy
candy
striper?
stripes out, making his suit look just like a doctor's scrubs. And somehow the
idiot.
doctors at the hospital end up mistaking him for a real doctor and tell him to come along and help them. Well, of course, SpongeBob was not going to say no to that. After he has successfully helped and fooled the entire staff, they allow him to perform surgery. And entering the surgery room, the patient
There's
ends
no
up
way.
being none other than, you guessed it, Squidward.
Squidward.
Oh boy, surgery! And on my first day, too.
SpongeBob, no! What are you doing here?
SpongeBob operates on Squidward, trying on different noses,
yes.
but he doesn't like any
Wait,
of
wait,
them.
wait, where's the
Rightfully
one? I
so,
remember
if you
this.
ask me. He ends up
That
changing Squidward
is fire hot rod engine basically is sick.
on different noses, but he doesn't like any of them. Rightfully so,
That is so. What the heck was there? An eyeball here? The one of SpongeBob's eyes.
if you ask me. He ends up
One of the noses that he did was a small head of like a smaller version of Squidward's head as his nose. So you could literally just play double clarinet or something. That would be fire.
changing
You could
Squidward's
actually maybe
nose
get
back
good
to
at it.
normal, and Squidward is very happy and content with that until
Well, I did have to use a few of your other body parts to resculpt it.
he gets his nose back, but at the cost of his other body parts.
That's
SpongeBob
crazy.
proceeds
He
to leave the
became a
hospital,
potato.
dropping this bombshell
He
on
turned
them.
into a vegetable.
Look at the time. I have to go to work.
You're at work.
Nah, I'm just a fry cook. But it was fun playing with you guys. Bye.
SpongeBob's
That's
illegal
crazy.
surgery could land him in serious trouble with the authorities, facing charges for practicing medicine without
Okay, wait. Okay. Professional fraud. He didn't go into and say he was a surgeon or anything. He was obviously he's an idiot. He took off the stripes, but they just assumed. So they're also at fault for assuming that he was this job and making him come. But he also himself did not clarify it beforehand. So still at fault, both of them, all of
the
them.
license. He could be
Everyone's
fined
dumb.
of up to $11,000
Oh,
and sentenced
shit.
to 4 years in jail. SpongeBob's
I'd rather
entrepreneurial
not. I don't wanna go
sometimes
poor, you
leads him
know?
down
I
a
don't wanna live on the
slippery slope,
streets.
a very illegal slippery slope. In the episode
False
Chocolate with
advertising.
Nuts, he and Patrick dive headfirst into the world of false advertising. At first, they try to make an honest living selling candy bars.
A chocolate bar?
That's a great
I
idea.
remember
Ed.
that
We'll be
guy. I've
traveling
seen a little
chocolate
clip of him
bar
on
salesmen.
on
Fancy
short.
living?
He's like,
Here we
chocolate,
come.
With
chocolate.
zero sales and empty pockets,
I don't
they
know why
fall
this guy gets so
victim to a con
ticked off
man.
to
It's a
chocolate.
candy bar bag, you knucklehead. It's specially designed to cradle each candy bar in velvet lined
But
comfort.
that
They
stupid
end up
Patrick
straight
face.
up lying
Huh.
just to make some money, or in SpongeBob's words, stretch the truth.
Well, maybe if they didn't stretch the truth, they wouldn't sell as many.
That's it, Patrick. We've got to stretch the truth.
By making
just
outrageously
dumb.
false claims about their chocolate bars, like curing illnesses and making hair
That
grow,
is messed
they
up.
mislead customers with the intent to make a sale. Deceptive trade practices like SpongeBob's could land
False
them with a whopping
advertising.
$40,000
That is crazy.
in fines. I don't think you can pay that.
How is false advertising a higher fine than pretending to be a job that you like the previous one, this one, the job fraud or whatever it's called? That is crazy because this you could actually get someone killed. With this, they'll just not get better. I mean, they'll probably lose the hope and get depression or whatnot. But yeah, you'll actually end up killing someone with your own hands. This one, I don't know. I don't
This
know.
off by just selling candy bars.
Whatever
even if he
laws he's
does
using
do
with
it
this
the
is
right
messed
way.
up.
We're all aware of Mr. Krabs'
I'm
and
assuming
SpongeBob's
American.
desperate obsession with the secret formula. That
Officer
obsession ends up getting the better of
impersonation. That is
SpongeBob, since
crazy.
in the episode Call the Cops, he ends up impersonating a police officer. See, it all starts with, and stop me if you've heard this one before, Plankton getting arrested trying to steal the secret formula from the Krusty Krab, which causes the police officer who arrests him to confiscate said secret formula as evidence.
Let the law handle this. And I'll be taking this.
Plankton can use the handcuff as like a hula hoop. It's crazy. They put the chain here, but it's just gonna crush your little legs. They're gonna break his legs. It's messed up.
Formula!
Now, Mr. Krabs comes up with the brilliant plan to dress up as a police officer and try to get the secret formula back from the police.
Okay, well, that's Mr. Krabs' fault, and he peer pressured.
Not that it would stop him or anything.
He peer pressured SpongeBob into doing it.
He even proceeds to arrest this poor girl selling cookies for not having a license. Pretty ironic, isn't it? He ends up taking her to the police station, where SpongeBob shows his immaculate interrogation skills.
Okay, little Helen. What do you
That's
think
crazy.
of this weather?
Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs ends up finding Plankton in the evidence room, where they both end up fighting over the secret formula until SpongeBob barges in, confessing his crimes. Now, not only will SpongeBob be charged for impersonating a police officer, that one's a given, but he'll also be charged for illegally arresting Helen. With $2,000 in fines and 6 years in prison, SpongeBob will be spending
lemonade
a good
and cookies on the
amount
side
of
of the
time
street.
in the
Like
police
it's
station. But as
a
an inmate
thing to make money. It's just
our
that
absorbent
shouldn't be
pal
illegal
here
at
is
all.
already looking at about 12 years in prison and fines high enough that even a lifetime.
Wait.
Absorbent pal here.
There's no way he's like 1'8". He has to be standing on. Yeah, he's definitely standing on a stool. So his feet would probably be here. So I would say he's about. So it's saying from 90 or so. From 90, he's about 90. So it's 0.9 meters. He's tiny.
He's already looking at about 12 years in prison and fines high enough that even a lifetime of flipping Krabby Patties couldn't pay it off. But now we're about to descend into the murky depths of SpongeBob's criminal record, where the crimes are more disturbing than Squidward's clarinet playing. The consequences heavier than an anchor, and the potential for jail time stretches further than the Flying
He's a
Dutchman's
sponge and he
fracking
loves sucking water, so would he technically like live forever? He's always in water.
Bomb plot with some explosive consequences. Squidward gets SpongeBob a gift for Employee Brotherhood Day. It's really just an explosive bomb that looks like a pie. It ends up blowing up while Mr. Krabs tries to have some with milk.
Wait a second. This would go great with some milk. Whoop. You tried to kill me over a little New Age management, eh?
Seems like SpongeBob ate the pie to Squiddy and Mr. Krabs, leading them to thinking that he's gonna blow up any moment. But to his surprise, SpongeBob had the pie put in his pocket and he shows it to Squidward, but while doing so, he may have accidentally tripped on a rock and
nuclear
the pie
explosion. How many
on
megatons
Squidward's
is that?
face, and the bomb
Enough to
exploded.
make
No,
Godzilla
this
evolve,
actually
that's for
definitely
sure.
happened. For recklessly handling Squidward's dangerous gift and contributing to the Krusty Krab's destruction, he'll be
What about the
facing
pirate
a
that gave it to them?
$10,000 fine and a 5-year jail sentence. Seems this Employee Brotherhood Day celebration was a blast. The worst way possible. This next crime is from the episode
think something
Life
in every
of
video.
Crime.
I mean, every
SpongeBob's moral compass
episode.
takes a vacation as he delves into the world of petty theft and even breaks
Man,
into
I
a
love
home.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob and Patrick spot a balloon stand and want one, but don't have the money for it, so they just decide to borrow it. Pretty sure that's just called stealing, bucko.
It's just borrowing, right?
Yeah, and borrowing is okay as long as we bring it back, right?
Yeah, which you would never do.
Of course, they didn't get very far before the balloon did what balloons do best. And they realized they can't return the balloon anymore. They panic like crazy and run away
gotta
after
be
seeing
honest.
the balloon guy.
It's not working!
Hi there!
And finally end up confessing to the police about their crimes. Only for them to find out that it's actually National Free Balloon Day.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Okay, time's up. Now get out.
But we stole a balloon.
On Free Balloon Day.
Although it didn't turn out to be a crime, it doesn't change the fact that these two literally shoplifted. That isn't all,
That is
though.
true.
Next crime
But I
is
mean,
from a band
this is
episode,
shoplifting if
Midlife
it's not from a
Crustacean,
shop.
where another instance
Does
SpongeBob,
vendors and
Patrick,
stuff
and Mr.
count?
Krabs break into someone's house to steal a woman's undergarments, which they call a panty raid. That's not even the craziest part here. That house turned out to be Mr. Krabs'
messed up.
mom's house, and
That
it was
is
her
even
underwear
worse.
that they stole. Excellent plan, SpongeBob. Now, Mr. Krabs is weirded out, rightfully so, and angry, because he had no idea it was his mom's house. SpongeBob, however,
That is true.
knew. And tell Mr. Krabs he didn't say anything to him because Mr. Krabs didn't ask him anything. Textbook SpongeBob, really?
Why didn't you tell me this was my mother's house?
Why didn't you ask?
I mean,
Now, that
true,
is stealing.
but also
And although stealing
doing
the
just
balloon
the
did
fact
get
that he
him in
wanted
jail,
to do it is still
wasn't
messed up.
technically stealing.
Theft and chest
SpongeBob's
swapping,
actions will be charged as first.
It's not really theft. They didn't take any. Oh, actually, wait. They did it in the past. Never mind. Yeah, wait,
Three
never mind.
burglary
I can't
and
defend you,
theft, will face
SpongeBob.
9 months in prison and
9
$25,000
months.
in fines
Wow.
for this ill-conceived
Someone's gonna
underwear
have a baby
heist.
in that
It
time.
seems SpongeBob's quest for panty plundering could land him in the slammer for a very long time.
Water
SpongeBob
modification.
is a felon at this point, and it's high time we accept it already.
He's a
in the
complete
episode
psycho.
Sponge Guard on duty, his reckless actions put the fish of Bikini Bottom in danger. How? Well, he became a lifeguard.
The best part is
Yeah,
knowing
that
you're
is the
the
worst.
only thing that stands between.
Hey, whoa, Lester. I'm pretty sure that's his name. What the heck did you dip your nose in? You're getting a bit of that good flour, the cocaina. And you, SpongeBob, what you got doing? Where you got to put your nose in? Keep it away from that stuff, kids.
These good people and a watery grave. Their lives are in your
His eye is going crazy.
But I can't swim. If I'd known being a lifeguard meant guarding their lives, I would never have said yes.
He faces a real emergency when Patrick experiences debilitating butt cramps.
So weird, like. Oh, cramp in his butt. Ouch.
Panicking, SpongeBob resorts to drastic measures.
Patrick can't drown if there isn't any water.
Yeah, sucking out that water would also suck up the water in the ocean.
Now, even though SpongeBob
That's crazy.
intended to save a life, under the Rivers and Harbors Act, illegally altering the condition of any navigable water, which could include
Hold on. A person or corporation alters the course, condition, or capacity of any navigable water of the United States without a permit.
draining a lake without proper permits, would result in a civil penalty of
thought it was
$100,000
gonna
and
end this,
30
huh?
days in prison. Think of a top 10 list of the last places
100K.
eatable
Rivers and
water,
Harbors
which could
Act
include
of
draining a lake without proper
1899.
permits,
So
would
this is
result in a civil
American
penalty of $100,000
laws.
and 30 days in
That is
prison. Think of a top
crazy.
10 list of the last
100K
places
and a
you'd want
month in jail.
SpongeBob to be, and a rocket
Oh.
ship would probably be in the top 3. In the episode Sandy's
Kidnapping.
Rocket, SpongeBob and
I swear
Patrick
they
end
did
up
that in,
crashing
like,
a rocket ship in
most
Bikini Bottom,
episodes.
thinking that they've landed on the moon. The fact that their instinct was to just start kidnapping everyone in Bikini
that's
Bottom
scary.
tells us everything that we need to know about these
They
two.
complete
Oh, Leary,
suckers.
Patrick, can't you see this is all a trick? The aliens are projecting our memories onto the environment.
So you mean to say they've taken what we thought we think and make us think we thought our thoughts we've been thinking our thoughts we think we thought?
Shut up,
But I'm not
Patrick.
going
You're
to
so
fall for it.
stupid.
These two idiots end up kidnapping everyone because they believe they're all aliens.
I messed up. Damn. Damn.
SpongeBob, I think we might have to make a second trip.
There's no time for that. Just push harder.
How SpongeBob and Patrick even managed to
They got
kidnap that
peanut.
many people is just insane to me. Not even professional criminals can do that much in
That
such a
is
short amount of
crazy.
time. Kidnapping is a Class A felony, and SpongeBob can
Yeah.
face serious consequences for his
Yes.
actions.
Yes,
Now,
in
Bikini
jail.
Bottom has a population of about 500 residents, including SpongeBob and Patrick, and considering each act
How
is
much
a
is it per
separate
person?
kidnapping, this brings the penalty to 9,960 years in prison. If you
Okay, wait. Wait. Give me a second. Let me whip up my calculator because I ain't doing that shit in my head. So divided by 500. That's just under 20 years per person.
If you've ever seen SpongeBob's cleaning methods, you know
Damn.
he's nothing but a clean freak. Probably his best trait, if you ask me.
Probably
In the episode,
damage.
The Krusty
That's a
Plate,
little
Mr.
of an
Krabs tells
understatement
SpongeBob
there.
to clean a dirty plate and forbids him from leaving until it's entirely clean. Mr.
Just
Krabs
lick it
asks
clean at
SpongeBob
that
to close
point
up
and
shop
go.
once he's done, even though we all know how that ended the last time he did.
Lock up when you're done.
Lock up? Wait, Mr. Krabs. Don't you remember what happened last time you left me here alone?
That is true. Makes
Should have
sense.
never left you alone with a lit blowtorch and me roller skates.
Honestly, Mr. Krabs, this one's on you, dude.
Yeah.
SpongeBob clearly
You know
warned
what he's
you there.
capable
What
of, so why
happens
would you just leave
next?
him alone?
Exactly what SpongeBob warned Mr. Krabs about. He uses a laser Spotmaster 6000 to clean the plate,
How
and
do you even get
also
that?
sets it to the most powerful setting. Now, it does sound like a great idea to clean a dirty plate, but not when SpongeBob is the one handling it.
Let's see what he's done this time.
Emperor Palpatine up in here. Bro, SpongeBob.
Now,
You need a chill
intentionally
pill
causing
every
a
now and
Krusty
again.
Krab to explode using a laser could
Property
land
damage is an
SpongeBob with a
understatement.
grueling
The
sentence
property
of 20
doesn't
years
exist
in
anymore.
prison. Maybe Mr. Krabs could have listened
20
to
years.
SpongeBob after all. Remember that time
So
the
destroying
Krusty
an
Krab got visited by
establishment
Mr.
is the
Krabs'
same amount of
worst
years as
nightmare?
kidnapping
A
one
health
person.
inspector. In
That
that
is crazy.
episode, SpongeBob's culinary creations take a sinister turn as he and Mr. Krabs cook up a nasty patty.
That is too much
At
hot
first,
sauce.
everything's going well. Mr. Krabs even tells SpongeBob to feed the health inspector everything on the menu for free too. That's pretty big coming from someone like Mr. Krabs, you know? But then everything Everything
Messed
goes
up.
downhill when Mr. Krabs sees the news on TV that apparently a fake health inspector is going around.
For a special news bulletin, be on the lookout for a man who's been passing himself off as a health inspector in order to obtain free food.
Now, Mr. Krabs gets pretty mad for feeding the criminal for free, so we tell SpongeBob to make a nasty patty for the health inspector. Let's not forget, we're not even
Makes
100% sure if this guy is fake or not. And
I mean,
this
it's
isn't
well
just some
deserved.
random nasty patty, guys. They make sure to use like volcano sauce, seahorse radish,
Oh.
toenail clippings, and for a final dirty touch, SpongeBob literally drops the patty in the toilet. But before the guy gets to eat it,
Hey, hurry up with that patty.
Here you are, sir. Enjoy.
Come to Papa.
eventually they find out he wasn't fake after all. But SpongeBob thinks that this happened because of the patty that he and Mr. Krabs made. And at first they started to blame each other, but then decided they just gotta do something
Mr.
about
Krabs'
this.
plan,
And the best thing to do in
so-
this situation would be to check if he's actually dead or not first.
That
But
is
no,
true. Check
instead
for
of
a
doing
pulse.
that, SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs
Oh,
actually take the
call
body and
911
bury
or
it at the
ambulance
top
or
of the hill.
something.
Very intelligent.
Such a bad idea. Hey,
They should be far enough.
he's looking better there than he did in the restaurant.
There's a big rock in the way.
Well, toss it out and get back to digging.
Where am I?
Oh!
The
He
deed
was
is done.
fine.
The two have buried the body. But then the police show up and they panic. However, the police are just there to escort them back to the Krusty Krab, so we chill. They're lucky the police sure do love those Krabby Patties. But things take a turn when rain brings the body downhill. Mr. Krabs tells SpongeBob to hide in the trunk of the police car because obviously no better place to hide a body than the trunk of a police car. Oh,
Is he-
is that
is- must
steam
be
I
dead at
see
this
coming
point.
out of your ears? Oh, that brain is working in overdrive.
Put them in the trunk, boy. I'll keep them cops.
He's hardcore panicking at this point.
The boys.
Wait.
Now the two
Ow.
are panicking big
The amount of
time. They
brain
get back
damage
to
that
Krusty
guy is
Krab and
suffering
hide the
right now.
body in the freezer,
It's
and I've
messed up.
got no idea what these two are even doing at this point. The Krusty Krab, the police officer, asks for soda with ice, but instead, Mr. Krabs just panics and stands in front of the freezer saying that there is no ice. The officer insists on opening the freezer, and that's when Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob start blaming each other for the murder. SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs confess that they committed a murder and hid the body in the freezer.
We killed the health inspector and then stuffed his body in the freezer.
However, to their surprise, the freezer is actually empty and the body's gone. A while later, the health inspector returns to the Krusty Krab and tells the dude that they passed inspection. What? Now, all that
Poor
may have been a
boss,
bit
that-
too chaotic.
there's
and
all
not
that brain
entirely
damage to
everything was SpongeBob's
concussions,
fault,
you
but
can't
this
remember.
incident would land him with charges of food tampering, attempted murder, and obstruction of justice. These serious
Yep.
offenses would result in a
Makes
cumulative
sense.
prison sentence of at least 70 years
Ooh.
or life imprisonment. It's
That
clear
is
by now that
quite
SpongeBob's
low, in
destructive
my opinion.
tendencies
Should
aren't something to be
be
taken lightly,
definite
but they reach a new
health-
low
I
as
mean,
he commits manslaughter multiple
definite
times.
life
Having
in prison.
bad breath isn't a crime in and of itself, but SpongeBob sure ends up making it one. In the episode Something Smells, SpongeBob is out of Sundays, so he decides to make his own nasty version of one. Ketchup.
Ugh. Oh, that's disgusting.
Peanuts grown in his bathroom window. That should be a crime in itself, if you ask me.
A little texture never
Makes
hurt.
sense.
There we
Why
go.
why'd you put the pot
This
in as well?
Sunday's gonna taste great.
Now you can imagine
You're
the
gonna
kind
die.
of smell coming out of SpongeBob's mouth after he ends up eating that sundae. Unfortunately for the residents of Bikini Bottom, today is the exact day SpongeBob decides to say hi to literally everyone, and his greetings aren't particularly well received.
Hello. Some people are even late on Sunday.
Some of the fish are so disgusted by his breath that they grab onto a hook and leave for the
Yeah, they
surface.
come-
His breath gets into the
They'd
eyes
rather
of a
die
driver,
than
and
deal
that
with his
causes
breath. It
his
makes
car to
sense.
crash and
Why are you
explode.
in the
These
front of
innocent
songs?
fish
How
watching
did
a
it
movie
explode?
pass away,
How?
and that causes his car to crash and explode.
Crash?
These
He
innocent
didn't
fish
even
watching a
crash. He
movie
did a full
pass
180,
away
and
from
he
his
just
future
exploded
breath.
because the breath was like what, rotting the engine or what?
Oh, and her too.
They're dead. He
Not
became a
only
grandma
that, but
real
he
quick.
even ends up vacating the entire movie theater with how bad his breath stinks. Although his recklessness wasn't
That's
intentional,
crazy.
not only does SpongeBob cause a public nuisance, but he injured and ended up killing multiple times with his smelly spree. Take a note of all the fish that he's injured or killed. SpongeBob will be facing
Manslaughter.
multiple charges of manslaughter for his bad
That is
breath.
tortured on
A
the
sentence I
nose.
never thought I'd ever have to say in my entire life, where he'll be looking at about a sentence of
32
32
years.
years in prison. Now, following
Let me see
my
if I,
entire
did I see
life,
that
where he'll
correctly?
be looking at about a sentence of
Okay, 32 years for multiple murders. How the hell does that make any sort of sense? Bro, it should be 32 years per murder. Bro should be here for millions of years. What the heck? 32 years? That is so stupid. So if this was per person, if it was a few people, it would just be 32 years. What the dumb is that?
32
Whatever.
years in prison. Now, falling in love isn't a crime.
That's crazy. I would think it'd be way more. SpongeBob's way more.
And that's exactly what SpongeBob is guilty of in the episode To Love a Patty. SpongeBob makes a bunch of Krabby Patties, which he claims are the best he's ever seen, but one in particular stands out for him, and he ends up falling in love and naming her Patty.
Perfection, from your little lettuce hair to your rosy ketchup
That's a little
cheeks,
weird.
may I call you Patty?
SpongeBob, what do you expect? Squidward gives SpongeBob an idea, which SpongeBob ends up taking literally and takes Patty home, ignoring everyone to spend time with his newfound love. This whole world starts
This is
spinning
so
around
weird.
Patty, and he even sings a song for her and whatnot.
Oh, baby. They
So
may call
awkward.
me a fool, but I can't help our gravitational pull.
Our boy was seriously
Bro,
down
rhyming
bad
with
for
the
a
voice
burger.
bad.
So when at the Valentine's Day Carnival, some clams try to eat the patty, yeah, our yellow friend can't stand that. And that's
he's
when
going
the
full
demon
karate.
inside SpongeBob is released. He uses karate to murder 21 clams.
Hey, he's
to save
talented
his
though.
patty.
He's got
Okay,
skills.
I get it.
Kung Fu
He's a fool
master.
in love, but to kill
Ow.
21 clams just for a burger is insane.
21.
Considering every clam as a living entity, this carnage, if even fueled by love
Clam
for a Krabby
slaughter.
Patty, would still result in multiple murder charges, which is typically life imprisonment with parole after 420 years, if he's lucky. Do I even
That
need
sounds
to
more
mention
like
the
it.
fines? Like, we all...
Like, how does this add up more than the previous one? How was the previous one only 32 years? So how does that make sense? Okay, what is his final total?
No, it's gotta be over $1 million, and it is. There's also the possibility
A
of
total of
solitary
million?
confinement
Or-
thrown in there.
Is it a total of $1 million, or is it just over $1 million, but he only says $1 million?
SpongeBob might regret not simply sharing his beloved Patty with the hungry clams. With all of that combined, SpongeBob is looking
Ooh.
at a staggering $1.2 million
That
in
is a shit
fines
ton.
in a whopping 10,520 years in the Bikini Bottom Slammer. But how does this dodgy character compare?
better keep
Click the video on screen to find out.
SpongeBob better be kind of getting his lawyer. He better be sucking all the ocean water every now and again to keep himself alive. Because sponges thrive with water, I assume. So to keep himself clean and healthy. A whopping 1.2 million and 10,500 years. That is insane. Man, we all love... I don't know if all of us, but I love SpongeBob. I watched it so much when I was younger, and I still would love watching now. Damn. SpongeBob, why you gotta do this to us? You're like a childhood hero, and now he's sorry, he's actually like a mass murderer. He'd go to jail forever, and now you're sad. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. If you guys love SpongeBob also, let me know, because I know a lot of people didn't really watch it, but I loved it. It was just so much fun, just coming home after school, sitting down, watching, and just getting your brain exploded from and forgetting about all the work. So you just have a good time and just seeing some wondrous nonsense. It was so much fun. But anyways, if you guys had fun, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.